Welcome back, those of you still with us. It was the 4th of July weekend. For many, it meant fireworks and cookouts. For others, it meant body bags and ballistic reports. From June 30th to July 6th, there were 777 firearm-related incidents across the United States. In those 7 days, 264 victims were killed and 724 others were injured, nearly 1,000 affected. The state with the most deaths was Texas, with 24 fatalities, including 17 victims and 7 suspects. California followed with 23 fatalities, with 18 victims. Illinois also recorded the highest number of injuries in the country, with 81 people shot. Among the suspects, 51 were killed, 46 were wounded, and 180 were arrested. Among cities, Chicago once again led the nation in raw incident count, with 48 separate shootings in 1 week. Philadelphia followed with 22, and Detroit logged 18. Every week we look for the rarest statistic in America, a state with 0 gun deaths, or even rarer, 0 shootings. This week, 5 states reported only 1 shooting each: Wyoming, Idaho, New Hampshire, West Virginia, and Nevada. But only 2 managed to get through the week without a single fatality. Wyoming had 1 shooting where 2 people were injured. Idaho also had 1 shooting, with 1 person injured, no deaths. West Virginia came close. There were no victims killed or injured, but its only incident involved a home invasion where the intruder was shot and killed. So this week, the No Gun Death Award goes to both Wyoming and Idaho, the only 2 states where no one died from gunfire. The coveted No Shooting Award goes to no one. That's about as good as it gets. Let's look at the 10 worst shootings of the week, ranked by total fatalities. Number 10, Lamar, South Carolina. On July 5th, South Carolina Highway Patrol and local deputies responded to reports of a suspicious individual with a gun on Old Timers Court near Oates Highway in Darlington County. During the encounter, shots were fired. 1 individual was killed and another was injured. Authorities have not released names or further context, but confirmed the incident involved an officer-involved shooting. The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division is investigating. The scene was blocked off for several hours as forensics processed the area. Number 9, Shorewood, Wisconsin. On July 3rd, 34-year-old Victoria Truss was shot and killed inside her home by Michael Griffin Jr., a man she had previously reported to police. Shorewood officers responding to the scene exchanged fire with Griffin, killing him. 1 officer was wounded during the shootout. A search warrant revealed a history of abuse and threats from Griffin toward Truss. She had called police on him multiple times in the months prior to the shooting. The incident has renewed scrutiny over how domestic violence cases are handled. Number 8, Charlotte, North Carolina. At 2:13 a.m. on July 2nd, officers from Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police responded to reports of a shooting on the 200 block of North Caldwell Street in the Central Division. 3 individuals were found with gunshot wounds. 26-year-old Tyree Crawford and 28-year-old Darren Watson died from their injuries. A 3rd victim survived. On July 5th, 33-year-old Tyrell Freeman was arrested and charged with 2 counts of murder, 1 count of attempted murder, and possession of a firearm by a felon. Police have not disclosed the motive, but said the victims and suspect were known to one another. Number 7, Scottsdale, Arizona. Early on the morning of July 2nd, police responded to a shooting near the intersection of North 115th Street and East Saguaro Drive. There, they found 23-year-old Jaden Chavez and 21-year-old Olivia Banks dead from gunshot wounds. The 2 had been in a relationship. Investigators have not confirmed a motive but said the shooting appeared targeted. No arrests have been made. Scottsdale PD is asking the public for tips. Number 6, Toledo, Ohio. At around 2:20 a.m. on July 6, Toledo police responded to a shooting outside a Denda Sports Bar on Matzinger Road. Officers arrived to find multiple gunshot victims in the parking lot. 6 people had been shot in total. 2 men, 28-year-old Jovan Carter and 47-year-old Cedric Anderson, were pronounced dead at the scene. 4 others were hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. Investigators believe the shooting stemmed from an argument that escalated in the parking lot. No arrests have been made. Police are asking anyone with information to come forward as the investigation continues. The incident was one of several shootings in Toledo over the holiday weekend. Number 5, Indianapolis, Indiana. On July 5th, just after 11:30 p.m., gunfire erupted near the intersection of West Washington and Illinois streets in downtown Indianapolis. 7 people were shot, 2 teens were killed, and 5 others were wounded. The victims ranged in age from 16 to 21. The deceased were identified as 16-year-old Amarian Woods and 18-year-old Camontes Curry. Police say the incident stemmed from a conflict between 2 groups. 4 teenagers have been arrested and charged: a 14-year-old, a 15-year-old, a 16-year-old, and a 17-year-old. Charges include murder, attempted murder, and dangerous possession of a firearm. One of the suspects had an existing warrant for a prior weapons charge. Number 4. Bradley, Illinois. On the morning of June 30th, police were called to a residence in the 200 block of South Prairie Avenue, where they discovered the bodies of 61-year-old Thomas McCarty and his parents, 88-year-old Patricia McCarty, and 89-year-old Wayne McCarty. Investigators say Thomas shot both parents before turning the gun on himself in a murder-suicide. No motive has been released, though neighbors described the family as quiet and unremarkable. The firearm was recovered at the scene. Number 3. Shenandoah, Pennsylvania. At approximately 2 a.m. on July 4th, officers in Shenandoah responded to reports of a shooting on West Center Street. 3 victims were shot: 18-year-old Christopher Hernandez, 25-year-old Kareem Brown, and 27-year-old Michael Neves. Hernandez and Brown were pronounced dead at the scene. Neves was transported to the hospital in critical condition and later died from his injuries. The Schuylkill County District Attorney's Office and Pennsylvania State Police are leading the investigation. No suspects have been arrested. Number 2. Talladega, Alabama. On July 5th, police were called to a welfare check at an apartment on the 1500 block of Old Chaco Road in Talladega. Inside, they found 4 people dead from gunshot wounds. The victims were identified as 49-year-old Tracy Wilson, 45-year-old Darius Simmons, 41-year-old Charles Scott Jr., and 33-year-old Trelivia Hall. All 4 were residents of Talladega. Police have not released any details about the circumstances of the shooting. No suspects have been named and no arrests have been made. Authorities are asking the public to come forward with any information as the investigation remains ongoing. Number 1. Chicago, Illinois. Around 1 a.m. on July 3rd, gunmen in a stolen Dodge Charger opened fire on a crowd outside a nightclub on West Chicago Avenue in the River North area. The shooting occurred following a party for rapper Mellow Bucks. Surveillance video shows several people flashing gang signs just moments before the car pulled up and the shooting began. 18 people were shot in total. 4 victims, 2 men and 2 women, all in their mid-20s, were killed. 14 others were hospitalized. The Charger was later found abandoned. No arrests have been made. Police say this is the second deadly shooting at the same location since 2022.
I need love. I got love. I've been having love. Look. Yeah. Duck down, baby. Duck down. Hey, shoot like a motherfucker. Duck down. Police right there.
As sure as you're sitting there right now, someone won't be next week. Next week's video is already happening, writing itself. Maybe it'll be someone you know. Maybe it'll be you. Either way, I'll see you next week, whether you're watching or you're on the list.